I have a bit of a love affair with digital products. They are my favorite way to make money on the internet. They are my favorite way to teach other people how to make money. And they are one of the easiest ways to make money online. And so it's clear to see why I love digital products. But what are the digital products that are working the best right now? What should you be creating? What kinds of things are gonna make you the most money? This video is sponsored by Hostinger. More on them in a minute. When I planned this video, I actually started with a list of 5. And I was gonna be like, the 5 best digital products to sell in 2025. But I think there's 3. There's 3 that are like top of the line. You should sell these. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And yeah, you can sell some other ones too, but if you wanna make money, these are where it's at. If you're new here, my name's Jessica Stansberry, and I am pumped that you are here. I do a lot of talking about things on the internet in the like creatory realm, in the money-making realm, and I'm about to start going on internet rants here on this channel, which is going to be a fun time. I promise. I promise. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you're like, oh wait, I need to know more about digital products. What are you talking about? What does this mean? Blah, blah, blah. I have done a million videos, so I will link as many as I can below. And then I will also link my own digital product that is literally teaching you how to create a viral digital product below too. I know it's very meta. People get all in their feels about stuff like that, but this is, I'll link it below so you can learn too. There are literally hundreds, probably thousands of digital products you can create. Like when I say that, I'm not even being a little bit joking. Like for real, lots and lots of options when it comes to digital products. And I've sold a lot too. Like I've sold a lot of these options. I've sold some things more than others. I've sold, little things here and there. There are a lot of options. But these 3 that I'm about to tell you about, I think are the best ones. They're the ones that are actually gonna get money flowing in. They're the ones that actually bring me in tens of thousands of dollars a month. They're the ones that actually can get you to 20,000 a year, 30,000 a year, 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year. These are the like no fluff, definitely can make you money kind of digital products. All right, so the first one is my favorite one. Just hands down, we're gonna blow through it at the very beginning, and that is small courses. So I have been teaching online courses for a long time, like a decade at this point. I released my first course in 2015. So for a decade, I've been teaching online courses, and they have been the majority of my income for that entire decade. Like hands down 100%. Now, sometimes they've been courses about topic A, and then sometimes it's topic B, and then sometimes I go back to topic A or like whatever. They've been kind of all over the place on topic, and they've been all over the place on price, but still to this day, I met with my team yesterday and we put together this new like income tracking thing. Still to this day, the day I'm recording this, courses are the biggest chunk of my income. And I feel like in the last couple years, they've kind of gotten a bad rap. So I not tweeted, because I don't tweet, because I don't use that platform. But I posted on threads. I threaded a thread about MLMs. And I was saying that I was glad that they seem to be starting to kind of bust up and go away. And by the way, I have a video coming about MLMs, so it's a whole nother thing. This is a controversial topic, and I know that. And a lot of people get really in their feels when someone says, hey, this thing that you fully believe in is maybe not the most ethical thing, which is what I did. And so there were people mad at me, right? And one of the comments that got a lot of likes and a lot of comments was, haha, somebody talking about MLMs and you sell digital courses online? And I wanted to comment back and be like, I don't think that's the insult you think it is, but I do think that some people don't understand courses, or they've gotten a bad rap because of things like MRR, which is where somebody sells a course and then teaches people under them how to sell that same course to make money, to teach other people how to sell the same course. It's basically an MLM with a digital course. So I do think there's been some like confusion around this in the last few years, but my version of courses and what I mean by this is that you are taking knowledge that you have in your noggin, okay? You are one step ahead of somebody needing to learn whatever this is, and you are taking the knowledge in the brain that you possess, yours, in your brain, and you are bottling it up into some kind of accessible, consumable information. And so courses can be video, they can be audio, they can be text, they can be a mixture of all the things, but you are taking your expertise in something or your knowledge of something and bottling it up for people to be able to learn that thing. So for instance, at the beginning of this video, I was like, hey, I have a course about how to create a viral digital product. It is based on my decade of creating digital products. It is my knowledge. It is me teaching you step by step how to do the things. It is then up to you, if you take that course, to put things into action. It's not then up to you to go and like sell that course to other people. You know what I mean? It's up to you to take that action. And here's the thing. If you use really sleazy sales tactics, then sure, courses can be a little bit gross. But when you just say, hey, here's knowledge, and if you want to learn this thing, buy this course, it is a really accessible way for people to be able to learn things that you know how to do. I mean, for instance, for me, if I want to learn an entirely new editing software, I probably can muddle through it and figure things out and like, you know, whatever, but I would be better off if I bought a course to learn how to do that. Or if I want my team to learn Pinterest strategies, then I am not the one to teach them that because I don't really know Pinterest strategies. So I can go over here and buy a course about that and let my team take that course so that we then know how to implement that in the business and so on and so forth. And then you also have courses that are not like business related too, right? Maybe you're somebody who wants to learn about insulin resistance and how to lose weight as someone with insulin resistance. There are courses out there that are going to help you do that. We can bottle up whatever knowledge we have and sell it in a course. And this is literally one of my favorite ways to create a digital product that's going to make money, because not only can you leave it running in the background at all times, leave it on your website, leave it in your funnels, like whatever the scenario is, but you can also have launches and webinars and challenges and things to get people in the door and get exposed to wanting to learn the thing that you teach. So they're a really, really good way to make money and also help people, because like, duh. Now, the next two things that we need to talk about, because I said there's only 3 on the list, the next 2 things are just as lucrative, just as awesome, and probably way easier to put together than courses. So I'm really excited about those. But before I get to those, let's talk about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Hostinger, and they fit perfectly into what we're talking about today, because to actually sell digital products, you need an internet home, a place to like list your digital products and sell them on your own platform. It's something I advocate for all the time. Are there third-party platforms to sell digital products on? Yes. But do you get to keep all the money? No. So when you sell them on your own platform, you have control of the design, you have control of the way it looks, you have control of the way it functions, and you get to keep the profits because you're selling them on your own platform. It's a no-brainer. I have used my own site to sell my own digital products for the entire decade that I've been selling digital products. And I love it because of everything I just said. I have control over the products, I have control over how it looks, I have control over how it functions, and I'm not giving away fees to another platform, which I love. And Hostinger lets you build your own e-commerce platform like that, because they literally have tools to give you everything you need to grow online in like a few clicks, like minimal clicking, for real. When I first started building websites and doing things on the internet, it took forever to build an e-commerce site. Not with Hostinger. With a few clicks, literally, you can use AI to build the perfect website for your brand. Drag and drop your way to your exact vision, and voila, you have a website with a professional looking online store without having to have any coding experience. And look how easy it is to add your digital products and sell them once it's set up. With 0 transaction fees, top of the line SEO tools, and a scalable platform that lets you create a website that grows with you, and a monthly fee that's less than like your coffee shop run, it is a no-brainer, literally. So if you're ready to have your website and online store set up in seconds, literal seconds. Head over to hostinger.com/HeyJessica and sign up. Plus, use my code HeyJessica for an additional 10% off because I'm cool like that and I like to give y'all discounts. And thank you again, Hostinger, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the other 2 digital products that you can sell to make lots of money in 2025. All right, so the second thing on our list, and it is also one of my favorites, and it is way easier to create and deliver and all the things than a course, and that is templates. And honest to Pete, y'all, if you are sleeping on templates and not creating templates for your audience for different things, and I'll explain in a second, you're really leaving money on the table because people will buy templates before they'll buy a course or anything else because they're generally cheaper cost and things like that, but also because they help them do something faster. A template is going to help somebody do something faster. I feel like when we talk about templates, a lot of people are gonna think of like Canva templates or things like that, but there are, and those are valid, but there are also like a blue million other templates we could talk about. We can talk about ClickUp templates, we can talk about ManyChat templates, we can talk about Lightroom templates, we can talk about After Effects templates, we can talk about Canva templates for graphics, we can talk about specific graphic templates for a specific thing. So like, here's a template for your YouTube cover art, or here's a template to create an ebook, or here's a template to do X, Y, and Z. We can create templates for almost everything. And a lot of the out of the box stuff is what's gonna sell the best. So for instance, in one of my like toolkits that I have, which we'll get there in a second, but I teach a lot of like creatory things. So like how to do content, but also how to do brand deals and all of that stuff. And in that, I have several templates that are just Google Docs. So they are things that are gonna help you email brands and get in front of them. They are things that are gonna help you create the content that is branded and things like that. So they're just Google Docs. I've sold and created and given templates that are Google Sheets. They're gonna be Photoshop templates or Illustrator templates or all kinds of templates and things to like help people do things faster. So if you're someone who screen prints t-shirts, can you create a template in whatever program you use to do that to help other people screen print the same t-shirt, right? Or are you a photographer who has a specific look to their photos? Can you create Lightroom presets to give people that kind of look? There are so many templates that you can use, and honest to Pete, these sell like wildfire, and you usually sell them for cheaper, and so they generally will sell more than something like a course and are honestly a little bit easier to put together. So if I wanted to create a ClickUp template right now, which is the software that I use to do project management and things like that, I would just go into ClickUp, create the template, like create the board, and then I would just duplicate it and make it a template, and then I would go on my own site and I would say, here's a digital product for this ClickUp template. And when we deliver that to you, it would just be a link to the ClickUp template. Anyway, there are lots of templates we can sell, and they're very, very lucrative. Sell them for $2, sell them for $50. There's lots of templates. I actually have a friend who sold a company. She's an attorney, and then she ended up selling the company, but she had a company where she sold contract templates. Like, she's an attorney who creates contracts, and she doubled down on the contracts that she was seeing every day from creative people with what they needed. So like a photography contract or a brand deal contract or a web design contract or things like that. And from an attorney, she was creating an actual valid contract that you just went in and like changed, the company name and things like that and could use. And she was charging hundreds of dollars for these because they would cost you thousands of dollars to get made if you went to an attorney like face to face, right? So depending on what you're doing, I mean, these could be super, super lucrative and could be something that are a really big part of your business or your brand. All right, last but definitely not least, and I already mentioned them a little bit. There was a little hint in that last one about this one, and that is toolkits. Y'all, if you don't have a toolkit of some sort put together to help your audience do something, I do not care what it is, you are missing out. And a toolkit is essentially going to be a combination, likely, of templates and courses. For instance, I have this toolkit, which is my creator kickstart, okay? And it has some trainings in it, so it has some courses in it. It actually has a couple of like full courses that I used to sell by themselves. So I have one course on affiliate marketing. I have another one on brand deals that is a recording of a live training that I did that's over 2 hours long. Trainings on how to start on YouTube in this toolkit, a thumbnails training, but then I also have an audio lesson on how to pick your niche and a Google Doc on how to pitch a brand and a media kit template. So when you are pitching your brand, you have a template to make your media kit. So this is an example of a toolkit, and it's kind of going to be a combination of the first two things we talked about, but these are generally things that you can sell pretty cheap and then add on add-ons throughout them to bring yourself even more profit and to give your audience even more things to help them. So I really like toolkits because it's kind of a conglomeration of a lot of things that they might need. It's usually easier to consume than like a full course, and it gives them a lot of tools to use. So let's say that you're in the construction industry and you want to sell something that's kind of lower ticket to get people in the door to maybe buy your higher ticket item or to just be a customer, like whatever you want to do, right? And you are really good at helping people figure out their house plans and at helping people break down the cost of the house and things like that. You could sell a toolkit that is kind of a masterclass in like the things people need to think about when designing their house. Also, you could give them templates for house designs that they could easily like change walls and things like that so that they can say, you know, I really like that, but let me make this my own. And then you could also give them a Google sheet that helped them plug and play the square footage of the house and things like that to get a really good estimate of what that house might cost. That's a toolkit that would sell. Yo. Let's say you're a creator that talks about makeup, okay? And you constantly are telling people, like showing tutorials and things like that, right? You could create a toolkit with little mini trainings on how to do certain looks, right? Like here's how to do a cat eye, or here's how to do a smoky eye, or here's how to do a full face of makeup, or like whatever, right? And so you could do trainings on that. Then you could also have lists of where to get supplies. Like here's my entire list of my favorite beauty products for a full face of makeup, or here's my favorite products for a cat eye, or whatever. You could also have audios in there of like affirmations to help people feel their best, things like that. Like there are so many options to put in a toolkit. So all of that to say, if you want to create a digital product that actually makes money, and we're talking like as much as you want, 100,000, 200,000, 20,000, I don't care. Whatever your goal is to make money, we can do it with a digital product. You can either do a course, templates, or a toolkit, which is kind of a combination of the first two, and those are going to be your best bet. If you need help with any of this, like I say, I have the viral digital product linked below. And if you have questions about digital products, let me know in the comments, because we can make this a whole series. I can talk you through it. We can hold hands and skip into the forest making money with our digital products together. Bye, y'all.